The leader as a team builder. Fred Fielder has a contingency theory where he says you should not be one type of leader. Style should vary. It should move along the continuum depending on the nature of the task and the conditions under which they have to perform it. We know the styles of leaders are the autocratic, the democratic participative, and the laissez-faire. And that not just one all the time works. You should use all of them. And a leader needs to be flexible, emotionally, verbally, physically, mentally, helps quickly assess the situation, make adjustments, and succeed, which is really important on a unit with patients that could go bad in an instant. A leader needs to balance personalities, which is a good quality to have when you have team nursing. You need to know what personalities work best together, who cannot work with whom, and who would be the best people to put together on a team. Leaders need to work to build a team with extensive expertise. You want people who know what they're doing and can be the best for the patient in a situation. And when there's conflict on your floor, a tip is to use a facilitator to come in, somebody who's outside the situation that can come in and be a mediator. Autocratic type leadership only works in a crisis situation, but crisis situations happen quite often on nursing units. On the next slide, the leader as a manager. Habits harden your perspective. You have to let new ideas penetrate. Here are some tips for time management, some questions to ask yourself. Will this action bring me closer to my goal? Could I consider this a priority? What would happen if I didn't do this or couldn't do it right now? Or is there someone else who could do this for me? How can I streamline this process? There are 4 T's. Does this project need to be done today? Can it be done tomorrow? Is it time independent and does not have a deadline? Or is it the true reason for your job's existence? On the next slide, leader as a manager continued. Lead your staff to the kind of acceptance that has try again in its core. An example is when your employee is trying to start an IV on a patient and does not succeed the first time. You do not get angry. You tell them just, try again. Again, a leader needs to have a lot of energy. They need to be sensitive to body language, which is very important in patient care areas and families. A leader knows there's always more to learn. They're a constant hunter of information and knowledge, and they always look and refine their management skills to make better. The next slide, leader as a communicator. Words must do more than make others marvel at your wordsmithing or oratorical abilities. They must move people to action. You can't just say something and someone be like, wow, that was a really good thing to say. You have to make them want to put that into action. Leaders need to exercise their verbal power as well as their other kinds of power. There is a technique called KIND. When communicating with someone, extend a kind word, say something nice to someone when you start this conversation. Continue with an inquiry, a question about how things are going. A new effort, the N, is something you suggest, something that could be done to change what's been doing. And finally, be definite. Give them a definite answer to what you're wanting to change. When you can show you're willing to support your supporters, you'll learn that your employees want to work for you and they'll be happy if you support them. Provide opportunities for followers such as advancements in training. If there's nowhere to go but down in a job or stay where you're at, if there's no opportunity for a better job, people aren't going to want to stay or aren't going to want to do their best. And keep words simple and sincere. Say something nice to your employees, but don't say the same thing to every employee. And be sincere in what you say. Say, good job, thanks for doing that, thanks for helping out. And that should be good. A tip for working smarter for managers is to carry a pad and pencil with you for one full day and note every single action you take and how much time it requires. At the end of the day, determine the percentage of time you spent on each activity. Review the list and put a star next to the activities that helped advance the organizational or departmental mission. Is there a match between important and time-consuming actions? If not, you need to set new priorities. As a leader, you need to be an idea warrior. Fight for your ideas. Don't let somebody just push you down. Push your ideas aside. Fight for what you think is going to be best for your group and your followers. And here is my poster board. My poster just reiterates what I've said from my PowerPoint. It says the leader must be multilingual, speak the language of things and the language of money. Must have courage, which is what we talked about, the ABCD approach. Need to motivate. They work towards hiring, firing, training, and disciplining employees. They have pride in their job, and they help followers get their job done right. They direct work. They know that change is progress. They are adaptable. They can maintain a balanced perspective. They are sincere and they show humanness. They are liaison between employees and the management, and they influence, persuade others to a higher calling.